So we're in Hamburg, I guess in the north of Germany, doing some rehearsals for our biggest tour ever, really, anywhere in the world. Not that many shows, I think it's 25 shows, but the complexity involved in putting it all together is like pretty skitsy.
I love it. I mean, I love doing the summer festivals. I think it's one of the biggest accomplishments you can have as a musician. It's kind of crazy, you know. I remember when it first happened, it was like probably one of the biggest pinnacle moments of my career. I felt super grateful, you know, for having the opportunity to be able to be here on a bus with my friends, traveling around, playing to like 100,000 people a day. It's kind of crazy. You put in all this work for like a half-hour show or whatever, but ends up being one of the most memorable shows of your life.
We have 17 festivals, 8 headline shows, and because of the travel between them, for the first time, we've had to put together like 2 whole separate touring rigs.
One's going to go to some shows and one's going to go to some other shows, so that's a little bit of prep. We need like 2 sets of everything, pretty much. That's kind of crazy. It's not my forte, the logistics, but I'm lucky to have a good team that's looking after all that for me. I just got to bring myself and my ability to play the songs.
First show's tomorrow in Poland, and it's our first summer festival tour in Europe since 2019. So pretty pumped. Being on tour in the European summer is like something that most bands, I guess, I don't want to talk for everyone, but most bands kind of look forward to. It's chill, like you see a lot of your friends, because you might tour with bands that you're friends with, but you can't do every tour together. The weather's beautiful, you're playing in heaps of different countries, you get to drink beer all day. It's, you know, it's one of my favorite times of year.
Yeah. Let's go eat something.
Playing festivals in general is harder for me as a musician because you have, I mean, it's easier and it's harder, right? You don't have your traditional green room situation. Your like changeover is longer, which is good, but then you don't really have like anywhere to warm up. You're kind of like on stage because the green rooms can sometimes be kilometers away from where you're playing. So you need to have everything you need to warm up just side of stage with you. You're normally outdoors. It can be sunny, it can be windy, things are like changing. There's a lot of variables, so you kind of, I guess what I do to prepare most of all is just to remind myself that I'm here to have fun. I want to do my best to deliver the greatest experience I can to our fans and the people of the festival, but at the end of the day, it's just about having the best time that I can and bringing the best vibes, you know, for everyone else. I think that's good, you know?
So they rot. And so they rot. Should I say this way there is now? What's all they rot? Yes, they rot. The graves you die become your own. Yes, they rot.
Yeah, we just played Rock and Ring. It was crazy. Many people was here to watch us. It was great. I had a great time.
Jesse had a camera to record himself and it fell over the first time.
I did. I can send you that video if you want. It's a little bit embarrassing. But, you live and you learn. It didn't interfere with any of my shit. It just knocked
it was great. It was great. It was just funny start. Funny start is good omen.
Yes, it is. I had a great
That's
time.
the worst thing that happened. Great show. Biggest show ever, maybe.
Ice-T watched it.
Awesome.
He said we were good.
Yeah.
He fucking did.
He said we're his favourite band ever.
Crazy.
He was like, I love Fit for an All-Time.
Yeah, we got the video of us just bumping in.
One big thing to get used to whenever you're on tour is traveling on a bus with anywhere from 10 to 20 extra people. So you've got to learn how to communicate well with one another and share a space with one another. You've got to get used to sleeping in a bunk every night while the bus is moving, or if you got to prepare yourself for if the bus breaks down or if the air doesn't work and you're sleeping in a super hot bunk, and I don't know, it's not always the most comfortable when you have an apple.
When you do a headline tour, you've got all your stuff and you go to the venue and you got sound check 5 hours before you play, and any problems that you might have, you can fix them. You generally play at the same time every day, so you can figure out when to have dinner so that you don't eat too close to the show and all that kind of stuff. You have your little routine like anyone does at their job. But festivals, it's kind of like chaos. Today we might be playing at 6 p.m. or tomorrow we're playing around 6 p.m. Then the next day we're playing like 10 p.m. Then the next day we might be playing at like 2 p.m. So it's all over the place, and trying to work out your sleep schedule so you wake up at least a couple hours before you perform is probably the biggest challenge, is just not having the routine. Thankfully, we've got such an amazing crew that make everything kind of easy for us. You know, they make sure everything's prepared. They make sure that we're kind of organized and ready to go, and have all our little trinkets on stage, bottles of water or beer or picks or all that sort of stuff. Without them, we'd kind of be screwed. We'd just be like, we no play show today because we slept in.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, especially for this run, like I'm talking about the logistical challenges of having A and B rigs and having to fly, I think this would be the one where it's really lack of sleep, lack of like comfort. Let's say we play a show at 5 p.m. and then we'll pack up everything, and then the bus has to drive us to the airport at 3 a.m. and then we have to like drive 3 hours to the festival in a van, get there at 9, set up all our stuff at 11, play again at 3, and then we can sleep. You know, it's pulling an all-nighter before playing in front of 100,000 people. It can be very, very stressful, and I think that is something that you kind of gotta just embrace and think, holy shit, I'm so lucky that I'm here and I have this opportunity, and just give it your all.
Just a great one that I like to practice is remembering like how lucky you are to be doing this for, well, I mean, at least for me, to be doing this for a job. And, you know, it's a pretty quick way to sober yourself. I'm going to sit on this weird thing, or something's going to go wrong for 20 minutes. But at the end of the day, we're all having fun, and hopefully you are too.
X32 died. Yeah, we all have to eat shit. Thanks a lot, Behringer. And we've got to buy another X32 for 2 shows. I love life.
Maybe half hour before showtime, the X32, which basically, while we're playing, we have these headphones in that runs all of our sound, so we don't have any noise on stage apart from the acoustic drums. Yeah, it decided to explode.
It's the C-Rig. Honestly, thank God they had one here for us to borrow, but I guess this happens sometimes, doesn't it? Shit goes wrong. I'm glad that all 10,000 people of Numi Rock are here to see our our fudge. It's just gonna be good. You know what? I got a nap in, dude. I'm feeling great. I'm gonna play so good. It's gonna be the best show of tour for me, personally.
You guys gotta stop relying on all this technology.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's rock and roll, baby.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You know, you just gotta sit down in your shed with your amp and fucking practice.
Just plug me in and let me play.
Plug and play.
Get rid of the computers. You don't need them.
That's what Begley says.
You do need them, though, clearly.
Oh, we suck, dude. Fuck.
Get rid of this thing.
Within literal minutes of when we're starting, we're trying to dial in a mix and get everything working. Once again, played a 6 show, flawless, nothing went wrong at all. It's crazy. It's almost like we have this bad luck with things that happen, but every single time the boys make it work and the shows are sick. So yeah, this is why it pays to have the best people working for you. And I'm lucky enough to say that they're all my mates as well. So we played a show. Where was the first show? I don't know. Somewhere in the somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Italy on the outskirts. And at this point, I think we've been doing some fly out shows, so everyone's pretty tired. We hadn't had much sleep kind of leading into it. Played a shitty little show in the middle of nowhere. It was actually a lot of fun, but jumped on the bus that night. I think the aircon was fucked at this point as well. So no one's really sleeping. But then the bus just turns off. I think we were stuck all night with no power, so super hot, suffocating on the bus. And then we made it a bit further down the road and the bus broke down again, so we're stuck on the side of the highway pretty much all day.
We're waiting to find out what's gone wrong, if it's the same repair that's gone wrong, if the belt snapped. It sounded like a belt was whipping and a whirling back there, but I don't really know. Oh look, there's like a fucking hospital button and a
I hope he doesn't.
hammer button, like mechanical problem or medical emergency. One means 5 minutes and one means tomorrow.
So it's the green one for the burger. With the curly fries. And a 14 Big Mac meals.
The trailer cable.
Oh shit.
So now we don't know if we'll make tonight's show. Maybe we'll make tonight's show, but it makes getting to the next 2 shows more difficult. Can the bus company send a new bus? Can they send new spare parts or a repair person to the bus? Or do we just fly to Prague, skip the next 3 shows and wait and lose a shitload of money? So, sick.
Nice.
Who are we eating first?
Kim. We made that decision earlier.
Kim needs to document it.
That was like
A week, 2 ago?
Y'all can eat me, just kill me first.
Just half an hour ago as well. Yeah, I was
You don't
thinking we
want
might
us to
start
eat you while you're alive?
marinating him now. Pop him out the front in the heat. Slow cook.
On the roof?
On the roof? Yeah. That sounds great. You're in charge of going up there and rotating him every so often.
We got the ladder.
Alright boys, let me have a few of these sandwiches and then I'll move the fucking bus to there. Supposed to be playing a show in Rome, which is something we're all really looking forward to. I think the last time we were there was 13 years ago. I'd never actually been there before, so probably the highlight of the tour as far as places to go and see. But we spent the day on the side of the road, in the heat, no aircon, standing on the side of a highway with trucks whizzing past. There's a lot of human defecation surrounding us. So quite a memorable experience. But we don't like to cancel a show. I really can't think of a time where we have. And somehow everything aligned.
I maybe need a color.
One, and one is yellow.
Rolled into Rome at about, I think we were supposed to play around about 10 o'clock and we got there at about 9:30. Dying Fetus, who plays before us, were on stage as we rocked up. Generally how a day will go is we get in at about 10 a.m, the boys load everything in, build the stage, build all the equipment, and then we might play at 10 p.m. that night. So there's quite a lot of time to get a show set up, make sure everything's working. A lot goes into it, like all the lights on the stage, all of the technical stuff just to make our guitars work, and our in-ears and front of house, and so many things. Yeah, generally hours to make this happen, sound checks that need to happen, and we had half an hour. But somehow our incredible crew pulled everything out, and we didn't sacrifice anything for the show. Had the full lighting package, everything as it normally would be. Went out on stage expecting maybe there'd be a couple of problems, and the show ran flawlessly. It was a ripper. Yeah, somehow we made it work.
Boys are beasts. This shouldn't be possible.
Making our way to the stage at Download Festival. It's gonna be fucking muddy and disgusting, but it's gonna be a good time.
Fucking festivals are dirty, man. There's dirt everywhere. It's crazy. Dusty as hell. We're here at Grass Pop Festival. We're literally about to start our set.
We try to create set lists for the festivals that we're going to have fun playing. Obviously, we care about making a set list that our fans will want to hear. It's a little bit more diverse. You know, on a headline tour, you might be representing a new album, or you might be representing an old album, like we did not too long ago. But on the festival, you want to play bangers. You want to play songs that are going to get the crowd amped and are going to get you amped, because sometimes you got to play at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's hard to get stoked playing death metal at 11 o'clock in the morning. So making it fun, enjoyable for us, making sure, I mean, it's a festival. There might be 50,000 people that you're performing to, and they're not all our fans, because if they were, then our shows would have 50,000 people at them, but they don't. So you got to play like songs that you really like and that your fans like, so that you have, I guess, well, this is the way that we think about it, have the biggest chance of having people that have never heard your band before also enjoy it. Because if that's what your fans like the most, odds are that maybe that's got the best chance of bringing in some new fans as well.
Well, 2 bands no longer get to play this festival because all of a sudden it stormed and ripped half the stage apart and stopped the show. So now we're playing, I don't even know how much earlier, an hour earlier than we were going to, for half an hour slot with about 20 minutes notice. So once again our crew get put to work and they're going to save the day. We're going to rip a good show.
Right, Destroyer of Dreams intro, regular, no slaves beyond death. We do Death Squad anthem into Make America Hate Again. Long intro, so anything that's wrong we can figure it out.
Yep.
Blood Throne into Join Me in Armageddon, which is what we've been doing, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Then after Join Me in Armageddon, long fade out, we'll just do the feedback thing.
Into Keras.
Into Keras, and then Reign of Darkness, because Puppet Master's been underperforming this tour, I'd say.
Is that enough?
That's 30 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay, so
so if we start a minute early, we should be okay.
there you go. You were asking earlier how we make our set list up. About 30 seconds and it's done.
Yeah, and I just texted everyone to strike out the set lists that are on stage, so that's very clear for Tyler and Jesse and the rest of us, I guess, and we will see what happens.
Not ready. It's too short of a notice.
We're gonna have a good show. Hell yeah. I don't like wet shoes though, bro. Can you dry them off for me a little bit? They seem fine now. You gotta keep out the rain. I slip, you know. Can't play drums. It's just sliding.
Go back in time and think about like the younger Tyler and like what he was dreaming of 15 plus years ago whenever he was wanting to do this. So anytime I'm feeling like unmotivated and just bleh, I try to think of like my younger self and how stoked he would be if he knew where he was now.
One of the most rewarding parts of playing music is getting to take something from the back of your brain that didn't exist until somehow it came up in your brain, and concoct it and work on it with your friends, and then go to the studio and then record it then put it on an album and then print it on a CD or a record or put it on Spotify or Apple Music and then release it and then have people like it and then go somewhere else on the other side of the world and play a show and have people come to the show and enjoy it is an insane thing to think about when you really do think about it. It's like, I got this crazy idea in my head and eventually this is going to happen. So many people have so many crazy ideas, good ones and bad ones, that never see the light of day for better or worse. So it's very, very rewarding to think that some ideas that we had some years ago have eventually turned into what it is now.